Because although we are in the depths of the British Library, this may be the only time that we can actually make this much noise in a library. So I'm your host, my name is Charlie Dark, I'm creative director of the project. So I'm going to ask you again, let's not have kind of some polite BBC noise, but let's have some real kind of enjoyment like we're about to start. I'm going to do a count, it's going to go 3, 2, 1, and then we should begin. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Shake your hands, people, here we go. I was saying the words 1, 2, 3, you say the words away, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for great.
I'm a consultant on this Chaucer Fast Forward project, which means I introduce the whole Canterbury Tales to the participants, to the young people, and inspire them to create their own contemporary versions. And I also sort of help some of the poet leaders to sort of come up with ideas behind the scenes. So sort of give them lots of material to read and listen to, that kind of thing. Who's been mainstaying those? On the page, on the stage, on the subject. Me and April, we're the rhyming couplet. I'm the host for tonight, Harry Bailey. If I'm tongue-tied, April will bail me. I'm MC, but the M is for mistress. When my April shows me what a kiss is.
The project is basically getting groups of young people to reimagine some of the Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer. So my group got one called The Prioress's Tale, which is basically a kind of an anti-Semitic story that they used to tell about how evil Jewish people were compared to Christian people. Obviously we've taken that out. The general vibe of it is that it's about a young boy who walks to school, and on the way to school he gets his throat cut, but he's singing a Christian kind of hymn, and because he's so full of faith, he keeps singing after he dies. So I actually picked this story because I thought that it was a really relatable story because of the amount of young people who kind of die or get involved in knife and gun crime and stuff like that. So what we did was we just took out the religious side of it and we turned it into a story about a young person who just passes away because of knife and gun crime, and we all liked the idea of him speaking after he died, so that's part of our poem and stuff.
I was dead, but I never felt more alive. I could hear myself speaking, but I couldn't open my eyes. And as I felt my blood bleeding like the spilling of ink, my skin turning cold, I began to think what I did to deserve this. And was I scared of death? Could there be a heaven? I thought of all the people I would miss. And then I was screaming, but all that came out was a song. It made me think, blood, what if the people thought nothing was wrong? The sirens were my backing track, the dripping of my blood the melody. From the wound in my bleeding back, like won't someone bring me a remedy? And then I felt at peace, someone holding me, my mum, my angel, she told me.
I've been astonished actually at how the young people have related to the workshops. They haven't had this Chaucer, it's difficult, or it's old. They've just been totally up for it. They've really got very quickly just the relevance of the stories to their everyday lives.
And so it's 10 young people who are working in Clapham Library in this fantastic room. And basically in 4 weeks we're going to create a performance. It's a 10-minute performance, an interpretation of that story, that tale, using whatever the talents are. I'll be facilitating the talents of those young people, so it might be using spoken word, rap, but kind of lyrical writing and interpretation of some form of that tale.
Basically, this project is called Chaucer Fast Forward, and in a nutshell, it's just basically taking some of the tales from the Canterbury Tales and kind of jazzing them up a bit, making them contemporary, having them recited by contemporary voices,
And unity is strength. Our hearts beat as one. And the sooner we know it, the sooner we've won. It's poetry.